Hi, everyone. My name is Stephanie Priest. I am the CEO and founder of Ignite Fitness and Kickboxing, as well as the Ignite Method. And we've helped thousands of people over the past many years create sustainable lifestyles, get to the other side of their journey, understanding that this isn't about deficit, that this is truly about really looking at wellness in your body and how it is that you can live this for the rest of your life and not just for this teensy tiny piece of the world. So check us out, make certain that you like and that you subscribe so we can continue giving you amazing information. In this video, we are going to talk about acai bowls. People ask me all the time about acai bowls and if they're healthy for them and how many they should consume in a day and why exactly they should actually have acai bowls. And it's just a really amazing topic because are acai bowls good for fat loss and weight loss? It depends, right? Are acai bowls superfoods? Are they a super healthy choice, Steph? Why exactly should I have an acai bowl? Why should I not have an acai bowl? So let's get down and dirty into actually the science of acai bowls, what acai berries are, what it is that you should be consuming, and how it is that you can actually build it and where you can get antioxidants from. Okay, so several years ago, there was, I think it was back in like 2004, a doctor went on to Oprah. And when this doctor went on to Oprah and specifically talked about the benefits of an acai berry, all of a sudden it just absolutely blew up all over the world. And it just kind of became this craze. And let me say this first of all. Absolutely, they are packed with antioxidants. Absolutely, they are packed with nutrients. So are acai berries and acai pulp, are those good options? It depends. It depends on what type of pulp product is actually being used. And the reason that I say that is there is unsweetened pulp product and there is sweetened pulp product. And the cool thing is whenever you go in to have an acai bowl prepared, you can always ask the question of, is this sweetened or is this unsweetened pulp? In the sweetened pulp product, there's about 25 grams of sugar. 25 grams of sugar, according to the ADA, is the maximum amount that should be taken in on a daily basis. So does that mean that you should not have acai bowls? No, it doesn't mean that. It just means maybe you shouldn't have acai bowls every single day with sweetened pulp, right? So Steph, why is it that everybody's like eating up all this goodness? Well, because they're amazing, right? When you think about acai bowls, the ones that are sweetened, and when you add in granola and you add in chocolate chips and you add in all the nut butters into those, they're amazing and they taste wonderful. And I'm all about having things that you love. I also am very thoughtful about what it is that I consume in my body. So is there, typically what we'll find is that an acai bowl will have anywhere from 400 calories to 800 calories in that because we have all of the additions in there. But let's think about it. If we're using a sweetened pulp product with 25 sugar in it, and then we're adding on chocolate chips with however many grams of sugars in there, and then we're adding granola that also has sugars in there, and then we're adding in nut butters on top of it. Now let's say this, let's be really, really clear. These are absolutely all great options to have. It's just when all of those options are put in together, then the real honest to goodness truth is there's lots of calories and there's lots of sugars. This isn't about saying acai bowls are bad. This is really about educating you on how it is that you can build an acai bowl. Typically, they're packed with calories. Typically, they're packed with sugars, and they have very low proteins. So there's a couple of things that you can actually do, right? You can ask for protein to be added into these acai bowls. You can use the unsweetened pulp product or ask to use the unsweetened pulp product. Instead of using some of the other higher calorie things, you can look at strawberries to sweeten it. You can look at blueberries to sweeten it. You can look at raspberries to sweeten it. They also have sugars as well, but know that strawberries and blueberries and raspberries are also packed with antioxidants as well. So let's talk about antioxidants, because I think that a lot of times people don't really understand what is an antioxidant. Why is an antioxidant good? Why should I even take in an antioxidant? And how much should I actually have in a day? I'll try to answer all those questions if I remember them. So, okay, let's talk about the environment. So lots of us live in urban areas, right? And we constantly have like environmental toxins and chemical toxins, and those free radicals, right? They turn into free radicals in our body. And those free radicals can actually lead to heightened levels of diseases that are oxidative diseases. And oxidative diseases are ones that you'll recognize as heart disease, you'll recognize it as cancer, things like that. So an antioxidant has a chemical, right, that helps to neutralize, is the best word for it, those free radicals in your body before they actually start to build up and start to trigger some of those additional oxidative diseases. This is the thing, though. Antioxidants are actually a relatively new nutrition component, right? That we've really started to explore. Scientists are still trying to understand it. They're still trying to understand how antioxidants neutralize those chemicals in the body. They don't have all the answers. Nutrition is constantly evolving and constantly changing every single day, just like technology is. I look to the left because my phone's over there. So let's talk about that, right? Science is growing every single day. We learn new things every single day, whether it's related to nutrition, technology, space, all that good stuff, right? So when you think about this, when you think about nutrition, when you think about things that are the new craze, like let's go and let's do the research behind it and figure out what makes sense. Are there ways to have acai bowls that are wonderful and tasty and nutritious and all that? Absolutely, of course there are, right? Is it okay to have an 800-calorie acai bowl? That's up to you, right? If you're on a 2,000 calorie a day plan, roughly, which is what's, average when you think about it across the United States, does that make sense from a recommended daily allowance that you would have? I'm not sure. Maybe it makes sense for you. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's something that you enjoy and you have half of it and then you have half of it in another day. So there are some different ways that you can still enjoy acai bowls, that you can still have the benefits of it. And there are also different alternatives that you can use. So that way it's not necessarily packed with calories and sugar, right? Really ask the questions whenever you go in and understand what it is that you're consuming in your body. So it's really cool, like the actual history of the acai berry is actually really cool. So they're found in Brazil, right, and in Bolivia, in the Amazon. And essentially what happens is when they're harvested, they actually only have 4 to 5 days before they rot. They go really bad really quickly. So the acai berry is yay big, right? And only 10% of the berry is actually consumable because the rest is actually the seed in the center of it. So the reason that acai tends to be more expensive, for those of you who are wondering why acai is more expensive, first of all, people are like, ooh, it's a miracle, right? It's a miracle, it's a miracle. So whenever marketing companies are, miraculizing foods, that's part of the reason it does tend to be expensive. The other part is that the seed is the biggest piece of the actual berry itself. So when they process it, it has to be in a very cold distribution line, so it ships out at an international level. So that's the cool thing about it, right? Like that's what's really interesting about it, is that only 10% of it is actually used. That's why the price rises. Plus the prices also tend to be a little bit more expensive because it's claimed as a superfood. It's claimed as a miracle. But let's be honest, there's nothing that's really miraculous about it. Any type of berry, strawberries, blueberries, raspberries, I mentioned this earlier, any of those that have that like beautiful purpley red dark hint to them are packed with antioxidants. One of the other things that I said was, how is it that I know that I'm getting enough antioxidants? There's no recommended daily value. Again, this is relatively new to the nutrition world, and relatively new means about 15 or 20 years old, right? We're still trying to understand the benefits of antioxidants. What we have been able to identify over the last, period of years as we've been studying this is that those individuals who eat those types of fruit and eat vegetables that tend to be higher in antioxidants tend to have a lower correlation with those oxidative stressors on the body, those oxidative diseases that we mentioned earlier, such as heart disease and cancer and things like that. Also, I thought this was actually a really cool fact. It was really interesting to me. Typically, Acai berries, whenever they're eaten as like alongside fish in the Amazon, right? Unsweetened, which is not the way that we typically eat them when we think about an acai bowl. So when you think about how it is that they're naturally used, they're not necessarily used the way that we use them. Acai bowls can absolutely be great pre-workout, post-workout, right? They're super, super great options for that. But consider what it is that you're actually putting in there. Consider all of the toppings that it is that you're putting in there, and really make certain that you're adding a healthy helping of protein into that acai bowl. So hopefully this answers some of your questions about antioxidants. Hopefully this answers some of your questions about acai bowls. And you guys know the thing, make certain that you follow us on Fit, Free, and Fabulous. If you haven't done that on Facebook, we have tons and tons of free tips on there that we share all the time. It's a huge community in the Ignite method that we're super, super excited to have available to everyone nationally. And if you have any questions, you guys always drop those in the comments below, and we'll make certain that we answer those questions. Check us out on Instagram at ignite_kickboxing. You can also check us out on Instagram. I'll spit it out in a minute, guys. I'll spit it out in a minute. You can also check us out on Instagram at Steph Priest. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope that this was super, super helpful for you. Make certain that you comment below. Make certain you smash that subscribe button. If you have any additional questions, we're always here. You guys know the drill. Take it easy. Don't be sleazy. Bye, guys.